Good morning. Today we are going to talk about my favorite garden tool. So in gardening we use a lot of tools, and I just want to go through what we use here and what is my absolute favorite. So as you know, in gardening we have our potting shovel, we've got our tulip soil thingy, got your common rake, got your square end shovel, got your 9mm. Wait, what? My favorite gardening tool of all is this right here. Many of you might not even know or have ever seen this before too. It is a Scuffle Hoe. Now you're going to say, but what does a Scuffle Hoe do? Well, it weeds. And it weeds like you would not believe. And I honestly do not believe that any garden should be out without one of these. So we're going to take a quick look at what the garden Scuffle Hoe does and why I love it so much. So in our garden we use leaves and foliage and lawn clippings to create our paths in the beginning of the season, and then we plant our rows, and that decaying leaves and grass clippings really keep down on the weeds that we have to pull up or manage throughout the season. But we still do get some. As the leaves get beaten down, if you're not replacing them in certain areas, or they just start to degrade, and you end up with patches where you have weeds coming up. Especially the tough ones. The ones that are really hard to pull out of the ground. Like the type of grass and everything we got here. So that is where the marvelous Scuffle Hoe comes in. So you can basically just use this Scuffle Hoe to scrape the ground, and it pretty much cuts through whatever it is on the surface. Whatever pressure you apply to remove said weeds, it will definitely do the job. Does it grab the root all the way down? Nope, not all the time, especially if the soil's drier. But will it cut through and get rid of them to the point where if you do it enough, they stop coming up? Yeah, it pretty much does. So let's take a look at what kind of damage our Scuffle Hoe can do. And I'm gonna, again, work the camera with one hand and amazingly use one hand on the Scuffle Hoe. I'm gonna push forward and back on this one. And look at that. Just gone. Completely obliterated, and as you can see, there's nothing left. And again, one-handed, so you just dig down a little bit. There you go. Just come clean up with your rake after. Get all of the dead grass or dead weeds out of the way. And get into another one here. Now see, I've got foliage down here and leaves, so this one's going to be a little bit tougher. But as you can see, did its job perfectly, and this is my life-saving tool that I keep with me in my car all the time. And I'll rake through maybe once a week, do some cleanup. Pretty much once you get everything clear, it's just maintenance, and as long as you stay on top of it, you'll have clear rows.